Good morning. We're back for another Saturday bike ride. This time we're on the Nokiidaa Trail in Newmarket, Ontario. We're looking for a 75-minute easy bike ride today, followed by a 30-minute brick run. I believe we're on day 49 of the triathlon training. We're exactly 1 week out from the Bracebridge Give It a Try. That's a week from tomorrow. It's been a bit of a crazy week. We relocated once again, as you can tell. The scenery has changed. So far this week, we're celebrating a new bike, some new bibs, some new glasses, as you can see. And, oh yeah, I was attacked by a dog. That happened on my Monday ride. I was just out for my short 40-minute steady ride. I was still on my old bike. I still had the Roam. I hadn't picked up my new one yet. And it's funny because the day before, over the weekend, I was watching a YouTube video. They were bike packing in Vietnam or Thailand or something. And they were having a good laugh that they'd been chased by dogs. That was the highlight of their day. I'm like, that's something I never really thought of before. Well, Monday I thought of it. My PSA, dog owners, keep your dogs on a leash. Keep them restrained or fenced. Wow, there's a certain irony in that, isn't there? An unleashed dog being walked around. Well, I said that. This is a nice spot. Anyway, back to my dog story. This isn't important, I just feel like I need to vent about it a little bit. Being a dog owner myself, we do like to make sure our dog is restrained because we never know who's gonna come walking by the campsite or how he's gonna react. So anyway, I'm riding up the road, gravel road. I see the dog nosing around the edge of the cornfield, the long drive in front of the farmhouse. Starts to trot up the driveway. I don't think anything of it. But as I'm riding past the end of the driveway, I hear a bark, and I turn and look over my shoulder. The dog is charging down the driveway at me. I'm like, that's kind of funny. He's going to come and run along beside me and bark at me. I can deal with that. Yeah, no. No, as he got closer, I could see his teeth were bared and he was in full-on attack mode. He got close, he took a jump at me, going for my leg. I moved my leg out of the way, he cracked his face against the frame of the bike, knocked me over, knocked me clean off the bike. He whimpered and he ran back up to the farmhouse. Me being the calm, cool, collected individual that I am, stormed up to the farmhouse after him, met the woman of the house at the door, explained to her the situation, and the part that got me was that she wasn't surprised to hear it. No surprise at all. I would be shocked if my dog did that to somebody. Anyway, no injuries, I'm okay. I told her it would have been a different story if my kids had been with me, and it had been one of my kids that dog knocked off the bike. So on a more positive note, we celebrated New Bike Day this week. That was fun. Made a trip up to Aurelia to pick up the bike I'd ordered. So we've retired the Roam 2. By retired, I mean gave to my wife. She's gonna ride that. And we've replaced it with a Trek Domane AL4 Gen 4. And it's been a blast. This is my first proper long ride with it, but I've had it out on 2 shorter rides, 3 shorter rides, and it's been phenomenal. It's light, it's smooth, it's fast, it's quiet. It stays in the gear I put it in. It's much more comfortable to ride than my Roam, probably because of the slightly shorter reach. I tell you, I did a 10K ride yesterday after a swim. It was on a lakeshore drive, so it was a flat ride, but it was a good 10K ride, and I bested my average speed by 6 kilometers an hour. Average speed before was 18.8 on a similar flat 10K, and on this bike yesterday, I was over 24. And on this trail today, this was the perfect choice. It was down to this bike. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I was looking at the Giant Revolt because I wanted something that could take my weight. It's a bit bigger, heavier gravel bike. And the Giant Contend. Mostly because I have a Giant. I know what I was getting with the Giant. But finding a store that had one in my size was a bit of a challenge. Especially because with the travel lifestyle, I only had a short window. I had a 4-day window to pick up the bike. So I had to make sure I could find it. So I called the bike shop and he's like, I can't do the Giant. He's like, but I can get you a Domane. I'm like, all right, we'll check it out. Endurance bike, all-road tires, size 61, let's do it. I've had it on the asphalt, like I said, 3 times. It's been great. This is a very hard-packed gravel trail, and so far it is spectacular. Honestly, it was a little bit more money than I wanted to spend. I could have saved some money and got the AL2, but it had mechanical brakes. and the one upgrade I wanted was hydraulic. A little extra stopping power for the extra mass. 2 meters, that's kind of low. Wow. Where was I? Hydraulic brakes. This bike's got the Shimano Tiagra group set, which comes with hydraulic brakes. It stops much faster than my Roam does, which is great on a busy trail like this. Look at this nice smooth asphalt. Also picked myself up a set of bicycling bib shorts. Finding athletic gear in my size is challenging. I'm sure all you larger folk out there can appreciate that. I wanted something I could swim, bike, and run in, but they simply do not make anything that's gonna fit me. So we're improvising. We got the bib suit, which I was able to find in a 4XL. It's snug, but it works. And then for the race, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet. I tried yesterday swimming just with a pair of gym shorts on and a pair of sacks underneath those. And that actually worked. I was able to swim comfortably in them. And then when I jumped on the bike for the 10K, they dried very quickly. No chafing, no problems. It's a beautiful trail, but it's not as well marked as I would like. Bit more research into it. Thought maybe I'd try a pair of swim jammers. If anybody happens to be watching this in time to do me a favor for this race or the next one, leave some comments below if you're on the larger side. What did you wear for your first triathlon? Also got the new glasses, as you can see, which are doing a fantastic job. That's not as simple as it might seem picking up a new pair of glasses. Because in addition to being fat and overweight, I'm half blind. 20 years ago, I used to wear contacts. So I thought to myself, swim goggles, cycling glasses, in prescription, not in my budget. So I thought, you know what? Let's try to get an eye exam in and see if we can't get us some contacts. Now let me tell you, I'm enjoying it. So now I can see when I'm swimming in the water, and I can see when I'm on the bike, and I can protect my eyes, which is important. The whole dog attack thing got me thinking about safety, and eye safety is one of them. And prescription glasses over my eyes, better than nothing, but still lots of room for rocks and stone chips to get around those. Let's talk about the training. We got the weight figured out. I don't know if I mentioned that in the last video because honestly I haven't had a chance to edit it yet. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't, but I'll recap it real quick. Either I've gained some weight while losing some inches, or our scale in Florida lied. I weighed myself several times at different places, and my weight is showing at its lowest was 337.2. Now I guess that's not too bad because our scale in Florida showed 331 point something before we left. But I was on a scale at our friend's house in Delaware, which I think I mentioned, and we were at 344. So I have put on a bunch of weight. I also think I should have crossed that bridge back there. Just ran through a large group of bus tourists. What are we talking about? Oh, weight. Yeah, 344. Weird. I think our scale in Florida might be broken. The point is, though, we're trending down. But I'm not particularly concerned about the weight. It is what it is. It's going to fluctuate. It's one of the reasons why I left the scale in Florida, because I don't care what the weight is. Wow, this trail is confusing. Let's try this way. Weight is not an ideal measurement of health. I mean, in my case, it's pretty clear to see that it's a problem. But focusing on it is not going to help anybody. The only reason I was looking at it was for the weight rating on the bikes I was shopping for. But now that I have a bike, and admittedly, I'm a little over the weight rating, but I was a little over the weight rating on my Roam too, and it was fine. I don't much care. What I do care about is waist circumference, because I think that's a much better indication of metabolic health than weight. So that's what I've been focusing on with my waist measurements. And I moved that measurement from Monday to Saturday. So I'd have a fresh update every time I record one of these videos, so we know exactly where we are. And this morning we were at 53 inches. So it has not changed since last week. My goal is 40 for a couple of reasons, which I will tell you about once I get through this festival. Gotta find where the trail picks up again. I think it's right there. Busy spot on a Saturday morning.
The runners will be coming this way.
All right, thank you. It's like we're running into another marathon. So the reason I've been focused on 40 inches, two reasons. At 78 inches tall, 39 to 40 inches is 50% of my height, which is considered a healthy range metabolically. The other reason is I did find a triathlon suit that I think will fit me.
Overall trophies to celebrate another fantastic Rebecca run with 44th edition.
Okay, we're through the marathon. A little detour off the path there. As I was saying, 40 inches, between 38 and 40 inches would be 50% of my height. The other reason is I did find a triathlon suit that I believe is going to fit me in all current dimensions except the waist. And it's fit to a 38 to 40 inch waist. Let's recap the training from last week. Still had trouble getting into a pool. That was a challenge. But we are stopped now 10 minutes away from the southern end of Lake Simcoe, which is really good because I've been neglecting my open water swimming. The biking went well. My interval rides were great. The roads around where we're staying have lots of short, sharp hills on them. So that was kind of nice. I had an interval run this week. It was fantastic. I hit the paces for the entire run. It was short, but it was nice to be able to go and do it exactly as prescribed. The swim yesterday was a little bit of an eye-opener. I've been spoiled by pool swimming. It's a whole different animal when you're out swimming in a big open lake, especially something like Simcoe. The good news is I was on pace. The bad news is I took on a lot of water and had a hard time catching my breath. That's going to be a thing with an open water swim. I don't imagine the river is going to be as rough as the lake. Simcoe's a big lake. But I'm going to hit it quite a couple of more times this week. I got frustrated yesterday when I couldn't complete the distance I wanted to complete, so I stopped. I figured there was no point training frustrated. It was a bit dejecting, but I'm going to get back in the water tomorrow and do it again, and we'll get it right. After the swim though, like I said earlier, I jumped on my bike to try to get in a 20-minute bike ride. I thought, let's bang out 10K along this nice flat trail. It was fast. I haven't seen the course yet for the Bracebridge Triathlon, which is 10K, but I know that area. Imagine it's hilly, so I won't expect to do quite as good. So I've been thinking a lot about my pacing for the race. Got a pretty good idea, I think, of what I can do. So I'm going to lay it out here. And in the recap video, we're going to see how close I was. I looked at some of the finishing times from the last few years, and I'm reasonably confident that I'm not going to place, even in my age group. But that's not the plan. The plan is to finish the event. And if I can finish it in an hour and 10 minutes, I'm going to be very pleased. The fastest finisher last year, I think, was 34 minutes. Forget about it. The slowest finisher in my age group last year was an hour and 18. So I'm going to aim for an hour and 10. Anything under that, tremendous success. If I manage to finish in longer than that, we're still going to call that a success. But the goal is an hour 10. And here's my breakdown. 400 meters at 3 minutes per 100. 12 minutes. 10K bike ride, 30 minutes. It's averaging 20 kilometers an hour. It's 42 minutes in total. Then the 2.5K run in 24 minutes. So if my math is right, 66 minutes, which gives me 2 minutes for each transition, for a total of 70 minutes. So that's the pace, that's the plan. We'll see what happens on Sunday. I think we'll turn around right here. We're at 38 minutes. The only good part about the steep hill on the ride out, steep hill on the ride back. Almost 12K, so we should be around 24 by the time we get back. And then we got to put the bike away, and then we've got a 30-minute brick run. Seems to soak up the bumps pretty well too. I mean, with my weight, I'm asking a lot of it, but it does a better job than my Rome did. Back underneath this uncomfortably low bridge. You know, if I was standing up, I would be able to walk under that. These drop bars are great. It sure is nice having multiple hand positions. It's the one thing I was looking forward to the most. No worries, thank you.
$50,000 donation from Global Fuel. Big round of applause. Thank you. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Nathan.
That's a big donation.
No, I'm just a talking here, dude. I'm just a talking here. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I think we'll dismount and cross here again. That seemed easiest. There's our bus tourists again. Excuse me. Take a side, please. Thank you. The downside to riding a trail on a Saturday morning. I guess not a downside. I mean, everybody's entitled to enjoy the trail. Some people are just better at it than others. Suddenly getting a lot of pain between my shoulder blades. We're 58 minutes into the ride, we've covered 18 kilometers. Probably still have too much weight on my hands. But not much I don't think I can do about it at this point. I will get a proper bike fit when I get a chance. For now, we're just gonna make do. So we're coming up on the end of the ride. I'll get you the numbers right at the end. Right now we're an hour 5 into it. We've covered 20.5 kilometers. So we'll get back to the truck, we'll put the bike away, stow the gear, and we're gonna do a 30-minute brick run. We'll just run back down the trail here. And then when we're done, I'll turn the camera back on and I'll wrap it up for you guys. All right, we're pulling back into the parking lot. 1 hour and 10 minutes. I actually think this was supposed to be a 75-minute ride, so we're a little short. We did cover 22.5 kilometers though, so I'm pretty happy with that. We'll get the bike stowed away, locked up, and then we'll go knock out our brick run. So the good news is, the brick run is done. Bad news is it was only 26 minutes and not 30, but I can live with that. But it wasn't a run, it was much more of a brisk walk. Although ironically enough, for the second half, I was able to keep up the pace because I can walk as fast as it wants me to. But at the beginning of the run, I just could not catch my breath. I managed 8.5 minutes for the first half kilometer, 8.5 minute pace, but I just could not catch my breath. My shoulders were killing me, I couldn't breathe. But halfway back after I turned around, I had an idea that I should maybe take the shoulder straps down off my bib shorts and relieve some of that pressure. And boy, did that make a difference. So I guess these shorts fit me in every dimension except length, which, you know, I've got a long torso, so maybe that's something. Maybe that's why my shoulders hurt on the bike. So not too important, but just something to think about, that the pressure from the bib shorts pulling down on my shoulders might have had a little bit of an impact, but we'll never know. Anyway, another milestone in the books. I'm still looking forward to the race in a week's time, and I'm going to see you guys for a video right after that race is over, and we're going to talk about what happened. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.